presumptuous of somebody to try to say that they know when something's going to happen like that, when even Jesus said only the Father knows the time and the place. So, I'm not surprised. Frankly, I live every single day hoping that Jesus will return and set everything right. Every day we're called to live that kind of a lifestyle, like He could come back at any time. When the earth quakes, when our earth quakes, there are some different responses. We can either seek escape from it. Lord, just take me away. Please. Or we can get angry and we can blame God for those circumstances. How could a good God do that? Allow that? I see that reaction a lot. And I see people's lives destroyed because of their anger towards God, when God doesn't deserve to be blamed for those things. Or we can fear God. We can look to God with absolute reverence and trust, and we can see that He is a good God. That what His Word says is true, and my experience with God as I walk through life proves to me that He loves me no matter what, and that I can trust Him to help me through anything. We can seek escape, we can get angry, or we can fear God. God says, be still and know that I'm God. If you can do that, you can make it through anything. Fear God, not earthquakes. I'm going to read to you one thing here, and then I'm going to close up. This is from Philip Yancey's book, Prayer, and this is a little letter that he put in here from a guy named Anthony. He says, as a 49-year-old man stumbling through his midlife passage, I've been dealing with a divorce and trying to find closure in my father's death, among other challenges. It is because of these experiences and what I've learned about myself that I realize the importance of leading a more spiritual life. You mean God can take those kind of terrible experiences and bring something good out of it? That's what Romans 8 says. It's because of these experiences, Anthony says, that I realize the importance of leading a more spiritual life. Trying to live up to the honor code of traditional masculinity, not asking for help, no crying, staying logical, being in control, etc., has only led to unhealthy and destructive behaviors. Sin? I have begun to make time to help me be more open to God. I make time for prayer and reflection, long walks, spiritual readings. In fact, I ask myself a series of questions each day that help me focus on the spiritual instead of relying on the material parts of my life. Questions like, how can I slow down? How can I simplify things? How can I bring silence into my life? How can I savor this moment? How can I speak up and tell the truth? How can I settle in? Establish roots and rituals? How can I shed my armor and my masks? How can I soften my approach to life? How can I serve the community? These questions help me to touch my soul, listen to my soul, and bring me closer to God. As J. Heinrich Arnold said, Christian discipleship is not a question of our own doing. It is a matter of making room for God so that He can live in us. Be still and know that I'm God. My prayer for the last several weeks, I got it from when I went to my graduation in Oregon. And I've shared this with just about everybody I can, and I want to share it with you. It was recommended that we make this our prayer: Lord, I am here. Lord, I'm here. So often I find myself running around and doing and trying to survive. And instead of focusing on each moment and recognizing that God is with me, that God has a purpose for this moment, and paying attention to what He wants me to do. Lord, I'm here. And I pray it throughout the day. I try to remind myself that that's the way I need to live my life. Focused on Him. One day God will return in Jesus Christ. I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. It didn't happen yesterday at 6 o'clock, but it's going to happen. I believe it with all my heart and my soul because it's promised over and over again in the Scriptures, the Old Testament and the New Testament. One day He will return, and let me read to you from Zechariah 14. On that day, His feet will stand on the Mount of Olives east of Jerusalem, and the Mount of Olives will split apart, making a wide valley running from east to west. Half the mountain will move toward the north and half toward the south. You will flee through this valley, for it will reach across to Azal. Yes, you will flee as you did from the earthquake in the days of King Uzziah of Judah. Then the Lord my God will come. It's through the earthquake that the Lord my God will come, is what Zechariah says. Then the Lord my God will come, and all His holy ones with Him. Fear God, not the earthquakes. Because on that day, God's going to shake down all the human kingdoms, all the brokenness, all the strife, and Jesus Christ is going to appear in all of His glory. Until then, let's just be still. So pray with me. Lord, I'm here. May it be so in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, we've got a couple of songs to close out with. I'd like to invite you all to stand up if you would. We're going to sing, Lord, I lift